Family and everyone out there in the world. This is Spiritual Essence, and this is going to be a new moon in Gemini reading for the collective. Now, since it is a new moon, a new start is coming. So every new moon, newness and new experience, new thoughts, new feelings come up. And in this time, it is a new moon eclipse. So we should expect powerful change. Things that we once believed or came to know to be true, we may have a different perspective over that subject or that topic, and powerful change is on the way. With newness also comes new adventures, new experiences, and also new lessons. So in expecting powerful change, you may be completing one cycle and moving on to the next. And it is the new moon in Gemini. So communication is key at this time. Communicating what we need to get off our chest and what we need to get off our mind is key during this time, because everybody is in mutable energies during this new moon, and it's in an air sign, if that, which is ruled by Mercury also as well. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and Gemini is mutable air, being mutable and adaptable to your own and other people's ways of thinking and communicating. So with Gemini being ruled by Mercury, we are in the moon, in the sun, in the sign of Gemini. This is all going to put our actions and our reactions in a very logical perspective, as well as understanding. So and expect powerful change when things that you might have been delusional about or in illusion, that stuff may come to the surface and you get the truth of the matter, in which it leads into a new start. And from this new moon, the next major moon phase that we got is the full moon in Capricorn. So by when the sun is in Cancer and the moon is in Capricorn, we should all know that the end of a tough cycle approaches, in which Cancer is a feeling sign. It's called no water, being initiating and creating new ways of feeling the emotions. So we are going to be in our emotions and initiating new ways of feeling. And with the full moon being in Capricorn, we have the opportunity to harden our feelings and make sense and understanding of our feelings and what we feel during this time. So this is a powerful full moon, since it is on the north node. The sun and the moon is on the north node with Mercury in retrograde in Gemini. So we have a lot of air in the air. And Neptune will be in Pisces, Jupiter will be in Pisces, so Jupiter is conjuncting Neptune with Mars in Cancer and Pluto in Capricorn. So Mars opposite Capricorn is going to make us a bit tense, because Mars in Cancer wants things to be private with our passions. We may not be wanting to go after our passions at this time, but Pluto is forcing us to do so, which will put tension as well as worldwide changes in the to come. So this card over here is the overall. Then we will pull 6 cards. Well, I already pulled 6 cards, but these cards will represent what we need to know during this new moon in Gemini, and I will clarify these cards as much as I need to. Excuse me. And from there, I will flip these 2 Moonology cards to end the reading. So notice how dirty this thing is. Anyways, let's see the overall. I'm going upright only. So 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups means childhood memories, maybe something in the past. Maybe we are communicating from something that we are a problem or circumstance or situation from the past, and we need to communicate that and get off our chest. Maybe we need to put logic and reasoning behind something in our past. And the cups means emotion, so we may be a little bit emotional during this about the past, because Saturn is also in retrograde. So Saturn is in Aquarius retrograding, if that. So Saturn in Aquarius makes us very put boundaries and restrictions and limitations on associates. But Gemini wants us to communicate, and Saturn being in retrograde is going to have us think about past ways of how we gain security, how we gain security in our lives. So we could be focused on the past right now with both Mercury and Saturn in retrograde, and Pluto is also in retrograde in Capricorn. So we have 3 planets in retrograde, and a lot of planets in the air, as the Sun, Mercury being in retrograde in Gemini, Sun being in Gemini, and New Moon in Gemini. So a lot of thinking, a lot of reasoning, a lot of logic is going to come up. So we need to learn how to create higher thoughts in order to overcome these emotions. And with those higher thoughts, we also may need to communicate, because Gemini is about communication. And Gemini is born out of the 3rd house, which is the familiarity, the people, places, things that you find familiar, as well as your neighbors, and close ones, and close friends, and short distance travel, like in the city, in your same city. So there might be something that you need to do, but in either way, this new moon is going to be in an eclipse. So it's going to be a new moon eclipse. So there is going to be powerful change to come. Now our first oracle card is the 3 of Pentacles. So the 3 of Pentacles is a collaboration. We may need to collaborate with others to work and build a happier life, a happier home, a happier workspace. We may need to be working together to complete goals, to complete milestones, what we want to do on our lives. We may need to work together to solve issues, quote unquote, wink wink, or we need to just come together and work. And the Pentacles is about working, and working in a collaboration. So this new moon may need us to work with who we are close to, who we are dealing with at this moment. The people who we are familiar with, we may need to work with them to get to higher places. Now the second card that we got is the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is us rushing to what we need to do as far as work, because this knight is looking at the 3 of Pentacles. So with this knight looking at the 3 of Pentacles, this knight is rushing over to get the collaboration going, to work. So we may need to rush into work. We may not need to be raiding anymore, and rush in with communication, because communication is key, new moon in Gemini. So we may need to communicate. We may need to rush in and communicate with who we need to work with, or who we feel called to work with. So with that being said, the third card that we get is the Empress. So with the Empress here, this is telling me that you are worthy. You are the nurturer, the motherly figure. And that motherly energy is androgynous. It's not masculine nor feminine, even though it is a feminine. It's a little bit of contradiction, but it's androgynous. Any gender can be the Empress energy, but the Empress energy itself is feminine. So we may feel like we need to nurture ourselves, or we need to nurture others, because the The Empress is coming at the night, but the Empress has her back turned to the night. So we may be crossed on the crossroads. I'll clarify these when we get through. But the Empress, it might not even be that, so don't even take that for what I said. But this, the Empress, can also mean that we have what we need. We got the tools, and we are worthy and valued because of Venus. And this is Venus in Taurus energy. So with Venus being here, and we have what we value, what we know, what we need, we value. We know our values, and we know our worth. We know that we need to communicate with who we got in our close proximity by rushing in and clearing up whatever needs to be cleared up, or whatever needs to be worked on, because the Three of Pentacles does mean work. So in this may be a big change, because we have the new moon eclipse. Expect powerful change. So the fourth card that we get is the Nine of Pentacles. So we may be, even though we know we need to be working with other people, we may feel comfortable or independent with what we got at the moment. So we, even if we don't have people to work with, we still got what we need to do to move forward. But with the Knight and the Three of Pentacles here, it looks like we need to collaborate together, as in this goes to mostly the soul families, work together, and let's get stuff going. Let's get we are here to bring about a new world. So we know this with the Empress here and the Nine of Pentacles. For others, this could be just you dealing with your close ones and needing to work together, create that happiness when you're already happy independently. But this Three of Pentacles is calling and telling me it's about work. So this could also, Six of Cups in the overall could also mean generosity or giving. Okay, I apologize about the beep. But we have the Five of Cups for the fifth card. So we may be feeling a bit down about something. We may be feeling emotional during this time. And we shouldn't let these emotions, no matter how deep or tough they get, drive us away from doing what we need to do. Because this feels like a block. Okay, so we may feel blocked at this moment, and we need to rush in and work together. Because we may know that the world needs change. We may know that the world is possible to be a better place, but with certain rules and regulations and certain people, this is not. This can make us very emotional, especially with the times that we're in. And then the sixth card that we got is the Moon card. So with the Moon, this means we may just need to be listening to our intuition. We may need to listen to our inner voice, our inner child, our inner youth. We may need to ride the wave and trust our intuition, and trust the divine, and trust in what is being sent as messages from our intuition to us. So, with the Three of Pentacles, we get the Ten of Swords. So something may need to come to an end to bring about a new home. Or we need to, it's a bit confusing because this is telling me to work, but then this Ten of Swords can also mean clarity. So we may get the clarity that we need to realize that we are in a happy home or happy place with others. Because the Four of Wands is at home and a family coming to a castle, which is the home, and it's with the rosaries and the leaves and the wands standing up. as they are with pillows, because they're also pillows. And this is also could be wedding as well, but for some, but a wedding energy, like coming together really strongly energy. With the Knight of Swords, we get the Nine of Cups, so we are going after what we want and what we value. And we may need to cut people off. We may need to, or I don't know why that came up, but I feel like saying cut people off. I feel that being said. That's what my intuition is telling me. Or you need to just have the clarity. What's this Ten of Swords about? You stop waiting on working with others and just get to it. The Empress and Six of Swords, clarify the Six of Swords, and Two of Swords. Okay, so I'm going to clarify the Two of Swords. Two of Wands. Alright, so we're planning on moving ahead in our work and what we got going on with others. We may need to stop waiting and testing and seeing if we can trust, because as Seven of Pentacles is about like seeing how things prosper and grow. We may need to just walk and get things done and plan for the future. We may have a transition that we need to do and a choice that we need to make to plan for the future. So this is correlated to new moon eclipse, which is respect powerful change. And with that, let's clarify the Nine of Pentacles. So Two of Pentacles, the Death card, and the Judgment card. So we have choices, and there's a transformation and a judgment choice. And this judgment choice is about giving and giving to others who may need it. Maybe we need to give our advice or what we know as far as knowledge and what we have to offer. And this transformation is about speaking our truth and being blunt about it and not holding back, but not being a cold-hearted bitch about it, but still speaking our truth directly and standing for what we believe. And this choice is about working. So we need to work together to make our surroundings and our surroundings and the people that we are connected to work to be in a better place. So with the Five of Cups, we get the Nine of Wands, the Eight of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. So we may feel a bit guarded from the past. We may feel a bit anxiety, but we still need to go after what we want. We still need to go after what we desire, as far as not getting attached to that desire. So you are no thing, no shape, no form, and these feelings and thoughts are not you. So you're the one that can unfold the blindfold and just step through the portal and continue on your way to what success in love. So your Five of Cups may be thinking about past situations and scared about things happening like they did in the past. But this is telling me that everything is going good. And the Moon card, for the Moon card, we get the Strength, the Queen of Cups, and the High Priestess. So we need to be strong during this time, because big changes are happening and we need to collab together to bring about a happier place. And or focus on our work. If not with other people, just focus on our work and stop waiting around and get to what we want to do. With the Queen of Cups, this is telling us to taking care of our dreams and what we want and our self-worth, and following our intuition with the High Priestess, and being in that High Priestess by by using strength to overcome any type of anxiety, and know that you are worthy and you have value and you are listening to your intuition and moving forward in your truth. So the first Moonology Oracle card that you get is you're very close to achieving your goal. So whatever you got going on, whatever goals that you have planned, you're very close to achieving these goals and these aspirations. Okay? So, which just means the work, and maybe this is a personal business or business with others, and you need to move away from the anxiety and the tension, and just use the strength and know that you're valued and you're worthy, and you have what you need to move forward and work with others to create harmony and peace. Because communication is key. Because we are in a new moon in Gemini. And Gemini is about groups. Close groups. Not associates, not 11th house in Aquarius, but close friends, or people who we hang out with and who we find familiar. We need to work with them and collaborate with them in the best way we can to create that happy life, or work for ourselves. The Knight of Cups means emotional independence and being for ourselves, and the Queen of Cups is as well. So, mainly just do what we need to do and drop the anxiety and work. The second Moonology card is a new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra, so this can even be new partnerships as well, and not waiting around for these partnerships to or to see if these partnerships are trustworthy, because there's a lot of us that are flunked out which with this new moon in Gemini and that transits in the air. So just trust your intuition and trust the people that you have right now, and collab and work, or do your personal work, and drop the anxiety and even though you may be experienced and guarded and have been through stuff, don't let that stop you from going for what you want. Because by full moon in Capricorn, the end of a tough cycle approaches. So, with that being said, I hope this helped, and until next time, peace.